up where we left off. So let's hope the stream does not crash randomly this time. That was very annoying to fix. Good news is we made the interchange, and now we have 116 miles before the next one, so we don't have to worry about any interchanges for a very long time. But the predictive charge has dropped 17%. But in case y'all are watching the VOD of this is going to turn into a VOD, and it's also going to turn into a video on Tessera Plus, so be interested for that. We got A221V2 in the chat. How's it going? I cannot read chat much, so I will occasionally when there is absolutely nothing going on. Where could you possibly be going? I have absolutely no idea, but good morning, Breakout. I'm 30 minutes out, just leaving Houston. We got 115 miles to the next interchange, and it's probably going to take me about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get to that interchange, so we have some time to talk. So, basically, what I was saying earlier was I don't think that hating Teslas because of Elon Musk is valid. I think that the argument against EVs in general, because of the big drawback they have, is valid. Which, what I was going with earlier was, the one big drawback is, it's not that you have to charge it instead of just go and get gas. It's not that it takes forever. It's not the range, because the range will improve. That's just going to happen. Charging times are going to slow down. It's, at some point, hopefully soon, it's going to take as long to charge a electric car as it does to fill up on gas. Like 5-10 minutes, maybe 15 or 20 at most, and then you're done, you're out of there. But currently we have it pretty good where it's like 30 to 45 minutes to recharge each car, and then you have like 300 odd miles of range. And the range does change because you have stuff in the car, so it's not going to be as good as it was before. But the big argument surrounding EVs that I can 100% agree with is the production of lithium batteries being bad for the environment. And I've had one of my friends, I'm not going to say his name because I don't want y'all to go and like annoy him over this or anything, but he was like very upset when I put the poll on my channel that I might be doing a review on this car. And I did post the review. It's on my second channel. I just wanted to see which video would y'all want on this channel more than that channel. But basically the whole argument is that EVs are bad for the environment because producing them is it's time consuming, it's expensive, and you have to use things like bucket wheel excavators, which if you've never seen a bucket wheel excavator, those things all by themselves could make up for a tremendous amount of cars not having emissions on the road. Because literally, just one of those machines is so large and heavy, and they have such, like, seriously, pause the stream, go look up a bucket wheel excavator. Most ridiculous looking heavy machinery equipment I've ever seen. You need those to strip mine for lithium, and you have to strip mine for lithium. I don't know why I keep saying helium. Lithium is like difficult to get, it's expensive to get, it's expensive to produce, you have to mine for it, you basically have to like cut the earth in half to find it. It's just not gonna work. And the argument against that is, in the long run, that's a very big message. I may have to wait to read that. And on the previous stream, I did disclose this car is driving itself. It has full self-driving on it. So I can look at the chat without crashing the car because the car is under its own control. And I do not think in any world is just going to suddenly crash on the freeway, because that's like the one thing that Tesla Autopilot seems to always get right. It might make weird lane changes, but it's not gonna like go out of control or crash or anything. I definitely don't feel comfortable reading chat when I'm going through an interchange. This is why I'm making it clear when I am coming close to an interchange, so that anything I'm talking about I have to shut up and focus on the road just in case thing does screw up. Okay, I'm good. What people never understand is people be mad about Tesla and use products every day from other big evil corporations by creating billion difference. A221, I'm gonna pretend like you didn't say that because I don't want to know what that means. I really don't care. But Bricko, if he starts acting more suspicious, basically, Bricko, you are my stream mod. You are my stream mod. So I cannot really moderate the chat. I'm counting on you to moderate the chat. But let's not do that. Yeah. But basically, what the whole argument is that making lithium batteries is bad. Sorry, you're good. And I understand that, and I agree with that. It is bad. It's not good for the environment. I do think it's going to change. I think that the production of batteries is going to get more streamlined and better for the environment later. Right now, it just really isn't there yet. Maybe hopefully sooner than later, like hopefully within the next 10 or 15 years or so, we'll have found like a renewable way to potentially, like, realistically, the best scenario is like turning wind energy into batteries, because there's a lot of wind, a lot of wind. Is something Tess would want in his chat. Yeah, so for anybody who is new here, please keep the chat family friendly. That is the biggest, most important rule, is keep the chat family friendly. You have 3 main rules, right? Family friendly, do not spam, and just don't be annoying. Like, if a mod tells you to stop doing something, just please stop. Because otherwise, like, understand, we're pretty chill in the chat. We are very laid back in the chat. At least I would like to say that we are. If we're asking you not to do something, it means it is really, 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 really annoying. Like, to the point where other chats probably would have banned you because of how annoying it is. So, most of the time, you'll be fine in the chat. Just make sure to keep it family friendly and don't be annoying and don't spam. Regardless, I do think that my opinion on the whole EV lithium battery thing is basically that I think that it is balanced, because and I said this on my second channel in my review of the Tesla, that you have gas emissions which are kind of evenly distributed across the entire planet. Mining for lithium happens in one spot, and realistically, it's not one spot, it's going to be multiple spots. It's going to be like a lot of smaller areas that you have emissions in. Okay. Strange. You're gonna have a lot of smaller areas that you have I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, let's start over. Gas emissions are everywhere. Lithium mining's in one spot, and it's not gonna be one spot. It's gonna be several spots. But even then, it's still like a spot that makes up for being bad like everywhere else. And theoretically speaking, that one spot could be like repaired over time. Like, you stop mining in one spot and like try and clean it back up again, at least in some capacity, then it won't be as bad. I still don't think it's as bad for the environment as trying to just go with gas emissions, right? We like the carbon dioxide problem in the air, and just the just the, or not carbon dioxide, the carbon monoxide problem with gas emissions is like the worst now than it has ever been. And it started to level out a bit more when electric cars started hitting the market. So things are changing just because we have more EVs on the road. But it's a whole thing in general. It's just a whole thing. Either way, I'm starting to really wish that I had gotten specs. At least I have some. If you haven't been able to tell by now, I've currently run out of words. So if anybody wants to say anything, now is the time to do it. My bouncy. Perfect. Okay. We do have some Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its are good. I actually like Wheat Thins better. For me, whenever we go to the store, it's either buy Cheez-Its or buy Wheat Thins, and it really does depend on the mood that I'm in. If I'm in a really bad mood, you get Cheez-Its. If I'm in a great mood, I'm just having a great day, you get Wheat Thins. So we have, here's one thing to talk about. Wheat Thins do good, yeah. Here's one thing I have wanted to talk about on my mentioning in any capacity. Zone. What on earth is Dart Zone even doing? Dart Zone literally, like, Dart Zone's weird. Got one of those new EV Silverados is weird. Dart Zone is a very strange company because they're so, like, off in the distance and mysterious, and they don't do anything. And then all of a sudden they do everything at once. Like, am I not the only one who thinks it's funny that Dart Zone has been radio silent the whole year? They have not released anything. And then literally within the span of like 2 weeks, they come out with the Brute Pro, the Boxer Pro, the Vector Pro, the Volcanic Pro, and the Primus, and then a couple other ones that are like non-pro things. Like, they made a bow and arrow. Dart Zone's making a bow and arrow. That's a first. Surprisingly, Dart Zone has never made a bow and arrow thing. Not that I know of, at least. I know that they have made, I hate that I can't get Dart Zone blasted in the UK. Oh, you're in the UK? Nice. But, like, they're making darts. I don't think that Dart Zone has ever made a bow and arrow before. Then, like, it's still like a weird cylinder-fed thing, so it's not really a bow and arrow. It's not like a Rebel one where you have the big, stupid arrows that never, ever, ever do what you want them to, but still, it's using nitro shots, I think. Either nitro shots or waffle heads, I don't remember. I had the incident with the Brute had issues. The Brute Dart Zone has been unusually good this year, like concerningly good. Yeah, the Brute Pro has been rocky, to say the least. The Boxer Pro though has been very good. Like, I've had no issues with it. I've tested it extensively. I've filmed and edited the video. I just haven't uploaded it yet because I wanted to wait 98 miles to the interchange. I wanted to get some like time between the Galactic Commander video and the Boxer Pro video. Y'all might have seen the poll that I posted a few days ago saying what Dart Zone blasters would you want me to review first? And I do have a confession to make. What do you think of stringers? I think they can be really, really good. Or, I mean, it's very hard to do a stringer right. But I think if you do it right, then they're very good. But you know, like, basically, what was I saying? I forgot to put in the Vector Pro into that poll, and it was on purpose, because can this thing change lanes? There we go. Because the Vector Pro was one that I had no idea was going to release so quickly. I did not think the Vector Pro was going to come out when it did. And I didn't think that, like, literally 2 days after it came out, like, not even 2 days, I don't think. I think it was either on the same day or a day later or something like that from its public release, even before you could get it on the website. Austin told me that there was a Target that had one, and it was about an hour away from my house. So I drove an hour out there just to go get the Vector Pro. And I genuinely didn't think I was going to get one like that. I thought it was going to be one of those things where I had to wait a really long time, and it was going to come out, and it was going to be online only, and it was going to be expensive, and I was going to have to friggin' order it and have to deal with shipping from Dart Zone's website. I don't like ordering things from Dart Zone's website because it takes 2 weeks to show up, and shipping is expensive, and you have to pay through the nose to get free shipping when you didn't used to have to do that. You have to do it now because big companies have to make the worst crap because that's the way the cookie crumbles. Nope, it just appeared at Target. So I went and I got it. And now I don't know what to do because I have the blaster. I haven't tested it. I haven't been able to test it. I've been busy with other stuff, and my hip just doesn't work. My hip doesn't work, so I can't walk. And yet I'm driving to go to Brico. So that's great. I'm just hoping that my hip is going to start working again. It'd be nice if it did, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll have to see. But I forgot to put the Vector Pro in the poll. Instead, I put the Primus in the poll, which sucks because the Primus is getting some attention. Which sucks because that means I'm going to have to order it, and it's useless. Hi, Strong Arm. I think the Primus is, like, the most useless blaster. Keldy. No, I'm not cute. Shut up. Be derpy. I'm on my break right now, please. If you're wondering, once again, if anybody's wondering why I'm able to talk to chat, self-driving car. Where are you heading? We're going to Brico. The first stream crashed, and I kind of had to rush to start a new stream because I'm in the car. But I can look at chat. This car is self-driving. Hands are off the wheel. It's just going. I don't have my feet on the pedals. I'm literally just sitting here, and the car is going. That's how it works. So, on freeways, it works fine. I don't think there's any problems with all the freeways. On interchanges, I just watch to see what it's doing. Just driving to my house to commit various shenanigans. I'm driving to your house to park my potato ass on the couch and set my Switch 2 up and play Mario Kart with you, because I don't know if we're going to be able to do stuff. Oh. I don't even know what that emoji is. I can't really afford to lean over and look. But, yeah, so the great news about all this is the fact that, like, we have it all set up, everything's perfect, everything's great, and then as soon as I am like getting ready to go, my hip just suddenly I'm walking and my hip decides it's broken. My hip literally has decided that it's broken. It's just the worst pain ever, right in my hip. And now I cannot put any pressure on my right leg, or it feels like someone is stabbing into my hip with a knife. Like all the way in. That's what I feel like. So I have a walking stick that I have to use to waddle around, and it took me forever to get in the car because Bricko, you're lucky because oh my god, Keldy, shut up! Bricko, like, you're very lucky. I know you're still in the chat because I waddled. You're derpy. But you're lucky because yesterday when I was walking through my Nerf room, Nightshade, when I was walking through my Nerf room to like make sure that I had everything, I saw the Boxer Pro chain on the floor, and I packed it. I'd packed everything else in the whole car, and I missed the Boxer Pro chain, so I had to go back to pack that. And I'm very happy that I packed it, because otherwise we literally would not have been able to use the Boxer Pro. Oh wow, that was close. I also packed a couple extra things. I packed the dart tag flag, because I know you have one, now I have one too. So if we do end up making a video, we are able to use both of them. Assuming my stupid leg doesn't hurt, I hate my leg. My leg is stupid. There's no reason it should be broken. It literally should not. I literally was just walking, and it just freaking decided that it was broken. The same thing with my hand. Like, I was just driving, and suddenly my hand decided it was broken. And now my hand hurts all the time. I don't understand what is wrong with me. This is actually getting a really great mileage. This is better than I expected it to be. Mainly because we're just going at a consistent speed and staying with it. I think your bones need help. I think so too. I think your bones were made by Dart Zone. I think so too, honestly. I was like made in a lab. It's a science experiment. I mean, everybody knows that I just spawned in. Consult your skeleton for advice. The problem is, every time I do that, he just tells me to go and start dancing in the road. There better be milk in that cup. It's water. We don't have any milk at home. We have a little bit, but I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure that I had water for this trip, because this is 12 hours of driving. This is going to be 12 hours. And that's 12 hours with this thing predicting that with 3 charging stops. So this thing says, I bet it's the bone scratchers. Oh my god. But this thing has predicted that it's going to take 3 charging stops. Each one lasts about 40 minutes at 17% now, 18%, like roughly 20% each time. And it seems like it is consistently keeping that predictive mileage. So with luck, I will be there by 9 o'clock at night, maybe 10. We'll have to see. Bro's gonna combust. It would be quite an interesting and exciting stream if I just suddenly burst into flames and died on stream. That would be quite the spectacle. But I wouldn't really want that because no one else on the road needs to deal with that happening to me. Breaky bones. Oh my god. It's not even my bones. I think it's like a pinched nerve. It feels like a pinched nerve. Yeah, my dad says it's probably just because I'm going through a growth spurt. I don't know if that's the case or not. No idea. But we are the spooky, scary skeletons. Yeah. Speaking of which, it is October. That means we have people spamming skeletons on Discord and saying that it's spoopy month and doing this. You break the bone hurting shoes. Bro's spoopy out of class. Why is everybody making fun of my skeleton now? You probably just sprained it to me. I was literally just walking. And it's been like 3 days. and it's still broken. My hand, it's been like 2 weeks and it's still screwed up, so I have no idea. I probably shouldn't be screaming so much, because, like, yeah, we have a lot of drive. Tess's favorite day is Halloween. I don't like Halloween. I've made it pretty clear in my Discord that I don't like Halloween. I am thinking about reopening the Discord again, so hopefully if I do, then we'll be able to get some more folks in the Discord. It's just, like, the Discord, I don't know if I want a YouTube Discord, because, like, the thing about the Discord is I had a YouTube Discord, and then I closed it, and now I just have the server with the same members in it. Yeah, that's the problem, Kelby. I don't like the whole spooky month joke. It's so annoying. Everybody yells it, and it's just so annoying. But no, I don't like October. 80% furry server. Yeah, that's the other problem. Is most people who are showing up are furries, mainly because of my... Why does this thing not know if it wants to change lanes or not? I genuinely do not know what this car is doing. But, like, because of my YouTube profile picture, everybody thinks I'm a furry, so all the furries joined my server, and nobody Nerf-related wanted to join. So most of my server consisted of furry roleplay, and it made my co-owners just do this. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? I didn't control this. So I put regulations on it. We've done other things, but it's like we still have like people doing that. Yes, you are, Bricko. We still have people like occasionally doing that. So I made roleplay channels. I made like a whole category for like Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and then they're doing that, and then I'm just, oh my god, it's just, I don't know if I want a YouTube Discord. And then the other problem is, if you've ever had a YouTuber who has a YouTube Discord, what is the one thing, the one guaranteed thing to come out of a YouTube Discord? Drama. Controversy. I don't really want that. It doesn't matter what YouTuber it is. If there is a Discord connected to their YouTube channel, there's gonna be drama and controversy. It's like the two ways to get drama and controversy speedrun. Have a YouTube Discord, or have a Twitter account. Or an X account, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, I don't care. One of those two things. If you have either of those things, you're speedrunning. You're speedrunning the drama. Discord in general will always have dumb drama. Well, at the same time, if you're not connecting that Discord drama to your YouTube, because your crappy videos doesn't have to deal with it. And like already, in the time that I did have the Discord up, I had drama. And the drama was because one dude in the server took something that I said kind of out of context, but also just because I was really drunk at the time, and said that I didn't like LGBTQ people because of it. And looking back at the message, I'm like, yeah, it does sound like that. But no, I don't mind LGBTQ people at all. That's like a whole political thing, but I mean, I don't have an opinion on it. And I'm never going to judge anybody based on that, because that's just not my thing. It's not the kind of person I am. I've made my opinion on people, like, pretty clear. It's like, if you respect me, I respect you. I really don't care what happens otherwise. But if you try and make me believe something or make me do things your way, then we've got a problem. But I'm fine with you if you're fine with me. But no, it was just a message that bro took the wrong way and then set me up. I guess the other way that I could say there's like drama or whatever is just because I have a beef with Qualcomm. I just don't watch his videos much. And people ask me stuff about Qualcomm and I'm just like, I don't know, I don't watch his videos. So. I mean, sometimes I do because they're funny, but I don't get much like information. So I don't use Discord, so. I don't have beef with anybody. And the thing is, I know a lot of people who do seem to have beef with other people. Like, a lot of people have beef with Drac. A lot of people don't like Drac. I don't really mind Drac. I know that there was, at one point, an End War event that was kind of a giant mess, and Drac was hosting it, and it kind of made, like, the worst decision at the worst time to try and fix it. It just made it worse, but that was a giant mistake, and it was really bad, and I'm not going to hold that against Drac. I don't care that much. People don't like Wacom because he's very clickbaity. He's very loud and abrasive in his videos, and I mean, it's funny. That's kind of the point, is he's supposed to be funny, but he does yell a lot, and he also likes anything that is breech-loading single shot, except the Mandalorian blaster, because it was too expensive and they made a cheaper one. And I still have not reviewed mine. I have the cheaper one. I did not buy the expensive one. And people wonder why I'll pretty much try to sell you the blaster unless it's Nerf or Busby. Pretty much anything that is Dart Zone, he's kind of biased towards. Like, Dart Zone, and the other one is just, like, Golsiam. Pretty much anything that is... Welcome doesn't like full example. He seems biased in favor of anything that seems like 3D printed that shoots really hard, which... I guess, yeah, I mean, there are some really good 3D printed stuff out there, but I wouldn't say that anything is, like, particularly groundbreaking to a point where you have to buy this, you have to have it. That's why I forgot to ask you to bring. Why'd you forget to ask me to bring, Rico? He's super biased towards pro offerings. The thing is, I can understand the Mandalorian blaster. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think that would have even fit in the car, honestly. Like, I'd have to stack it on top of the crates, and it just wouldn't be secure. I don't really want to do that. You're not missing much, Bricko. It's not very good. I was considering bringing the Mandalorian blaster. I decided not to, just because it would have been much more of a pain than it was worth. If I don't watch him anymore, what was why? Anything pro-related he's biased towards. Pretty much, yeah. Anything that shoots 150 FPS or higher. 3D printed blaster is expensive. To be fair, 3D printed blaster, like, when it comes to big companies, you have a team of people that make everything. Like, I know a guy, he's on one of these big companies' teams. I'm not going to say who it is, I'm not going to say what company it's for, but I have insider knowledge on how these blasters come to fruition. And I know that it's like a team of people working on blasters. That's the way the blasters can be made. And usually when it comes to 3D printed blasters, it's most of the time it's just one guy at his computer 3D modeling and trying to figure out how to make a mechanism from basic 3D modeling tools, and having to work with filament and testing things and figuring it out. So most of the cost is mainly just going into the fact that there is one guy that's somewhere in the world who spent a very long time making that blaster. And so decide if you're gonna change lanes. Please. Decide. This car. Just doesn't know if it wants to change lanes or not. But it's like, bro spent his entire life savings and all of his time building this nugget for you to enjoy, and that's why they're expensive. It's not that they're like the most expensive thing ever to produce, it's literally just because we spent an ungodly amount of time making this. We just want a bit of compensation, and I'm okay with that. Sometimes it does go a little bit overboard, like the rail cleaner was very expensive. Honestly, the rail cleaner is one of the best 3D printed blasters of all time. I really think like, if I ever have one 3D printed blaster that is on my bucket list that I absolutely have to get, that I will literally stop at nothing until I have one in my collection, it's the rail cleaner. The Domoshevsky rail cleaner is one of my favorite blasters ever. It's so cool. And nowadays, the same exact water bottle. We're on campus, the same water bottle. It's an Awala. I mean, these are very, very popular, mainly because it has like a flip top lid with a handle, and you have like a mouthpiece with a straw connected to it. So when it gets low on water, you still can drink out of it without the straw being necessary. It was really expensive. Like, this thing was like $30, which I think is too expensive. But regardless, 72 miles to the interchange. Are your doors sturdy? Like my house doors or my car doors? This is actually a very nice place to drive. I like this. I haven't even been paying attention to the road. I've just been too busy yelling at chat. We got like these tall, big trees all over the place. It's very peaceful. But yeah, the point is, I want a rail cleaner. If I have nothing else, I want a rail cleaner. It fits in my cup holder exactly. I don't know why this thing isn't changing lanes. It wants to change lanes for absolutely no reason, and it just is not changing lanes. It no longer is it changing lanes. Okay. I think that some other blasters that are 3D printed that do a good job at being 3D printed blasters are like, obviously the Spamf is one of the best ones because it's so simple. It's very, very simple. It's not even really a 3D printed blaster as it is more of a hybrid blaster. It uses a lot of the Falcon Fire, but like a chunk of it is 3D printed. Let me see. How much do you think the big name 3D printed blaster would cost if they got injection molded shells and sterilized production? I actually do have an answer for you because the Caliburn had an injection molded cousin. I have it. It's called the Warhammer. And the Warhammer, from what I've heard, was $160. You can't buy the Warhammer anymore, and I can't even find any record of you being able to buy it in the US. So I think it was something that was just an overseas import that we happened to get, but with foreign exchange, it came out to about $160. And that's for the Caliburn, like Warhammer. So, and the Warhammer is built like, it's beautiful. It's so good. It's built so good. It's definitely one of the best injection molded versions of a blaster. And in like if you get a Caliburn from Out of Darts, it'll cost you $200 to build it yourself, which includes the 3D printed parts and the hardware. Or it'll cost you $230 to have it custom built. I always think it's better to just build it yourself because you get a better idea for how the blaster works if you build it yourself. There's no questions about it. There's no guesswork required. You just know how it works because you put it together. It's very important with high performance hobbyist blasters to know how it works. I think that is very overlooked. It's just how genuinely how important it is to know how your blaster works if you are getting into hobbyist territory. It's very easy to screw things up, and it's good to be able to not screw up and do it comfortably. So that's that whole debacle. My opinion on 3D printed blasters in general, though, is like, it's fine if the blaster has reason to be 3D printed. If you are just like making another pump action springer, like, for God's sake, we have enough pump action springers. I think that if the Nerf hobby were to ever get another printed pump action springer, there would already be so many different options for 3D printed pump action springers that you could fulfill anyone and everyone's desire to have the blaster of their dreams, if their dream is a pump action Springer. There are so many options. There are so many pump action Springers that it's not even a joke anymore. It is actually comedy how many there are. And yet people still make more. They still design more. When I don't know why. I do not know why there are so many. Because realistically, if you are a super consumerist person, I'm so glad Dart Zone isn't making another one this year. Yeah, I can actually very much applaud Dart Zone for, they're just keeping the Nexus Pro X and the Striker 2, and this year they're doing all goofy stuff. And I like that. I appreciate that. They're doing a genuine, really solid competitor to the Nerf Pro Sender, which a lot of strong opinions right there. A lot of strong opinions with the Sender. Oh man. Oh, the Sender. And the problem with the Sender is that our only excuse to not get one was the Maxim Pro. It's not a very good excuse when the Maxim Pro just dies, because yes, it just dies. My Vector Pro has not died yet. Fingers crossed that it doesn't die. Oh, Dart Zone, I really don't want you to be that company that just cannot get your stuff put together no matter how hard you try. Just wait until next year we get 5 more pump action Pro Springers. I dream of that day. I dream of tea. 64 miles to the interchange. But yeah, we do have whatchamacallit. I kind of want a Pro Sniper. In that case, they've also got you covered. I think when it comes to Pro Snipers, and really a sniper isn't even a class blaster, mostly just a small mag-fed bolt action thing that is way too big. You have 3 really solid options, right? You have the Kirin, which I honestly think is probably your best option, except for the fact that there's a way better option that I don't even think can be matched by anything. I think it's literally so good that it's just unparalleled. My personal recommendation is try and track down a Nerf Pharaoh and then mod that for short darts. The Pharaoh has an insane plunger tube. It is insanely comfortable. It is insanely well built for a Nerf blaster, and it is just begging to be modded for short darts. You can do a lot with the Pharaoh. I really like the Pharaoh a lot. Until Worker made the Kunlun. The Kunlun is so good. I genuinely do not think it's possible to make a better bolt action mag-fed Springer in that category for that price range. The Kunlun is $200. It's expensive, right? But it is made like the Harrier and the Seagull, so very good. Harrier, Seagull, Phoenix 2, Nightingale, Nightingale 2, that sort of thing. Made astronomically well with a full metal bolt, full metal internals. Just, except for the plunger, so that it's not I think the plunger is still a plastic plunger, maybe a carbon fiber one, I don't know what it is. All I know is that it's made really well, and it reduces the amount of stress and drag on itself while having the most amount of strength in it, and the blaster shoots, I'm pretty sure out of the box, 300 FPS. 300! I'm pretty sure that's the out of the box velocity from the Kunlun. That's horrifying. That is very strong. 300 and 300 with a very smooth, incredibly light prime. Like, the Cutlass Prime is so easy. You would never think with a blaster that is shooting 300 that Prime would be so good. Ray-Ban Blast by itself platform, the Jurassic Pro. I still don't know if I'd say the Jurassic Pro is worth it just because of how cheap the blaster's quality is. It's very plasticky, very flimsy feeling in the hand. I don't like the Jurassic Pro much. I definitely say get the Kunlun. If you have nothing else, get the Kunlun. Maybe get the Kirin if you want shell ejecting, because the Kirin is like really good at shell ejecting. But seriously, the Kunlun is so good that I think it's worth not having the shell ejecting just because of how much better the actual blaster is. It is freaking perfection. Okay, so that's my recommendation for when it comes to what is your opinion on the turbine now? I don't really like the turbine much. I mean, the turbine was pretty good back when it came out. Realistically speaking, it was pretty good. It wasn't that bad. If you could open it and mod it, you had a very fast pusher motor in there. That was the most valuable thing on that blaster, was the pusher motor. It was fast, it was reliable, and it worked. And I think the ergonomic setup was, like, top-notch, except for the stock. If you, like, held it like a Tommy gun or something, the ergonomics of that thing were, like, perfect. They were so good. I don't know, my class starting soon, see ya. Alright, take care, Strongarm. But I genuinely never thought the turbine was that bad. I definitely think it is the best out of the Elite 2.0 launch titles. And it was probably the only Elite 2.0 like launch release that I'd argue you can still use nowadays. Like, it's even with like the burst of just absolute hatred and denial and sadness that was Elite 2.0, having Elite 2.0 be completely dead in the water. It's gone. We've moved on twice. N series and now loadout, which is just N series loadout. Yeah, like all that like 2019, 2020 stuff is gone, dead in the water. None of it's gone. It's like it's fine. The turbine is like the one that I would say, if you don't have any other choice, yeah, you can still use it. It'll get you through a game. The Echo is abysmal. It's really horribly bad. It is literally unusably bad. It is the, like, if you have absolutely no other choice, like literally no options at all, if you have the Elite 2.0 Echo or nothing, then fine. The Echo will work. But if you have literally any other option, the Delta Trooper, the Retaliator, even an N-Strike Recon, please get one of those. How'd you know it had no O-rings? Two things. One, it doesn't feel like it has O-rings. It feels like you are grinding sandpaper when you are priming and firing that blaster. And two, every single Elite 2.0 blaster, when opened and gutted, was revealed that none of them had O-rings. Oh my god, please change lanes. There we go. None of them had O-rings. They were all plastic on plastic. Every single, the Shockwave, the Commander, the Vault, every single one, all of them that were Springers had no O-rings. And the Phoenix and the Turbine had pancake motors. So that wasn't very good either. So in both ways, the internals were like bottom of the barrel, as cheap as possible to produce. And like realistically, Elite 2.0 failed because I think Elite 2.0 failed because of marketing. The Commander had an O-ring, actually. Does it? I actually don't know. I think I still have a Commander. I might, like, break that thing open and check. Now I'm curious. I haven't reviewed the Commander, I don't think. I don't think I've ever done a review on it. But I definitely want to fact check that before I review that blaster. Yes, I've opened one up. Interesting. Okay. I don't know what generation it is, because they're still making the Commander. The Commander's one of the very few blasters that they still release. They still make. Because, oh my god, why are we slamming on the brakes? Why'd everybody slam on the brakes? What the heck? They need to double punch the Moto Blitz, or only 2 ones. It does, like, only Elite 2.0 blaster. It doesn't feel disgusting in Prime. Yeah, the Commander does actually feel pretty good in Prime.